Hi everybody, Ian here at AbelCine in Burbank, and today I have a quick tip for installing new firmware or updating the firmware on your Canon C300. Canon has just released a new firmware version, which is I refer to as 1081 1.0.8.1.0. Three key things in this firmware update for the camera are first, better reliability in the interface between EF lenses and the EF mount on the C300. Second, reduction of fringing or color fringing in high contrast imagery. And third, a revision in the language on the Spanish and German versions of the manual regarding view assist. View assist being the operation that we can call up on the LCD to look at log in a 709 format. So in order to update our firmware, we're going to need a couple of things. First of all, we're going to want to use the power supply that was shipped with your camera. Generally speaking, no camera, under any circumstances, do you want to do a firmware update on a camera with an onboard battery. If the battery goes dead, it can lead to a bad situation that typically requires the camera to take a trip to a service center to be revived. The second thing, we're going to use an SD card and my laptop here to pull the firmware update off of the Canon website. So first thing before I do anything is I want to take my SD card and I want to format it to the camera. So I'm going to put this into my SD card slot here. That is on the bottom right of the camera. And in we go. Once it's in there, I'm going to go to my menu. I go down to Other Functions, and I'm going to scroll down to Initialize Media. And I only have an SD card in the camera right now. So I click OK. It goes through its little cycle here. Okay, now we've been successful in our update. So now I can take this and I'm going to close out my menu, take it out of the camera. Now I'm ready to put this onto my desktop. All right, so once I'm in here, let's bring up the desktop so you can see it here. Okay, now that I have my desktop up, this is the disk image that I pulled off of the download from the Canon site. And when I double clicked on this, it brought up this right here, which is the container that holds the files. I double click on this, you're going to see that I have numerous PDFs here. These are different languages explaining the update procedure. And what I want right here is this right here. This is the VIA8.FIM. This is the actual firmware update that will go into my SD card. And I've opened up my SD card here. I click on it so you can see it. Okay, here is my and there's my Canon card. As you can see, there is nothing on there. It is just a formatted card. So I'm going to now take that firmware update and I'm going to put it into my Canon card, and there it goes, transferred it over. I'm going to close everything out, and now I'm going to take that SD card, eject it, and I will now put it into the camera for the update. All right, I'm going to take this, put it back into the camera, go back into my menu, and I am going to go down here to where it says firmware. You'll see it says 1.0.6.1. I'm going to click on that. And it says, do you wish to update to the new firmware? And I'll click OK, and off we go. So now you can see that we have successfully updated the Canon C300 with its new firmware. Pretty straightforward, easy process. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.